You may not agree with me on this one, but I'm going to say how I feel. I don't think taxpayers.
I'm homesick and I'm watching TikTok and I see this really bubbly teacher, I'm guessing is a teacher, talk about student loans and responsibility. And you know what? I think she's right. I don't think the taxpayers are responsible for everyone's student loans. But here's what I also think. To gauge perspective, this is not my usual self. I'm usually up and around in full business attire, kicking ass and taking names in sales, helping to drive the food industry forward. But I went to school, community college, for 4 years, learning to become an English teacher. Besides prerequisite classes, I never actually did get into the classroom because there was a recession that happened and a housing crisis and everybody was losing their money. And all the teachers I knew at the time were becoming bartenders. And I just got offered a management job at a huge club. It was 4-story high and every layer had a different restaurant. So I abandoned school. I went after a career I knew would pay me. And then I looked in the face of my loans. My parents were hit during the recession and went bankrupt. So there was no financial help from family at all. Actually, they hit the road full-time truck driving. I didn't even have them near. I go to fill out my forms for a loan, and they asked me if I wanted to take the full amount. I just moved to a city to start college. I didn't have money for rent or food or gas or even to enjoy myself. And I'm offered thousands of dollars. I was an 18-year-old girl and didn't understand interest rates. I didn't understand market margin. I didn't understand that I would be paying on these loans well into my 30s. The federal government understood that, and they still do. And those private loan companies, they understand that too. They understand that a lot of teenagers are out there ripe for the picking to take advantage of. The second that you turn 18, you have a clean slate for your credit, and that deserves to be gobbled. Not everyone is afforded the same opportunities and the same understanding and the same guidance that everyone else has. There were probably, now that I do deals every single day, there's probably a lot of questions I should have been asking and didn't know how to ask when I was 18. So I took the full amounts and I dealt with the consequences. I've only recently paid off my loans and I'm 37 years old because life hasn't always been so kind to me and handed me all the right things, and that doesn't happen for everybody. I have 4 years of community college education under my belt, absolutely. Has that helped me in my life? You bet. I'm an oil painter. I know how to have a deep philosophical conversation. I can quote Shakespeare with the rest of them. That has not afforded me much life lesson. I do not believe taxpayers should pay for my debts. Absolutely not. Or the debts of those who have driven their student loans into the maximum. But I do think the federal government and the loan givers who approach under a guise of let me help you through college and then fuck you for the rest of your life do deserve to pay for those. They continue to try to pit us against one another. I'm not your enemy, sis. You're not mine either. You look like a nice lady who I might be friends with. I do think it's good to remember that some people do get taken advantage of, and these systems are meant to gobble up children before they've had a chance to become adults. Who is supposed to start life in massive debt? It's not a good system. They have got to make changes. And yeah, they deserve to pay for the crimes against them. And I do think stealing candy from babies is a crime, and that's exactly what this is.